Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here now. Just following up really quickly out of our last Emergency Tenkaichi Budokai, we're doing another one. Last time it was just for the regular cast characters added by DLC 14. This one will be covering not only just some of the brand new mentors that came with the update, but also some of the old ones as well. I'll be your host, Multi, and I'm joined by Psyker.
Alright, hello everybody, I'm Psyker, and yeah, I'm very excited for this tournament. This is an emergency Tenkaichi Budokai for the newest mentors that got added into the game. Of course, there are just 5 of them. We can have a tournament with just that character pool, but it's better to just see how they stack up versus the old mentors, the established roster that it's very popular and we've seen so much of in the past few months that we had our previous mentor pool. So yeah, we can get right into it. People are encouraged to use the newest DLC mentors because you can choose up to 3 characters if you play all the new characters, but if you want to play the older mentors, if you feel like they're a more solid choice for your results, you can play 2 characters, one being new and one being an old mentor, or you can just play a single old mentor if you haven't got a mentor key or whatever. You can definitely go with that. So yeah, the first match of the tournament is gonna be here, me versus Multi, the 2 organizers, and yeah, we can get it to start. Multi will be playing, is bringing us Mentor Krillin and Mentor Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and I'm bringing Mentor Goku Black as well as Mentor Few. So let's make it a good one.
You've got it.
Okay, here I go! I might actually die here.
Let's go!
I'm not sure how. Here I go! Show you the results of my training! Gotcha! Alley-oop! Got a lot more for you! Over here! How did this happen?
Match point for the first round of the tournament.
All right, prepare yourself! I am the one who will destroy you! Down here! That's the match.
Okay, man, that set was amazing. I definitely need to practice more against Fu in particular, but still, I had a lot of fun with that.
GG. That was a good set. I agree.
Well done to
Alright.
both contestants. Psycho will be making his return to tear up Losers Bracket.
Yeah, I hope to actually meet expectations there. And alright, so we can get ready. The other matches of our tournament started now. We gotta make the lobby, of course, for that, so that multi will be a spectator only. And let's see. I believe the Wolf should be ready. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's get Z-Wolf and Kyoto here and get this match started.
Alright. And of course, let me share my screen on Discord so that we can have the best possible viewing opportunity. And just as a reminder to contestants, no map requirement, right?
Yeah. War Tournament is encouraged but not required. People can play whichever endless map they so choose.
So, in terms of the mentors that our contestants here today brought with them, I was surprised to see through Kenho in particular, I believe he's only running his blue Gogeta, right?
Yeah. He said prior to like the sign-ups closing that he might play one of the newer characters as well, but no, he just stuck with the blue Gogeta. And honestly, I think this is a really solid choice. He is bringing a combo type C with, I think I'm finally warmed up now, which is a very strong Super Soul, key regen, and increased damage and movement speed. As well as Super God Fist, Energy Wave combo, Punisher Shield, Super God Shock Flash, Soul Punisher, Super Kame, and Spirit Explosion. So the first thing that stood out to me is that this is pretty much what Reach Out runs on his Metal Gogeta. Double counter into and Super God Fist with Energy Wave combo. It's just a Super Soul change because, of course, Prince Dragon Ball is not allowed for the tournament. But yeah, I think it's very interesting that he'd go with that, maybe a little bit of inspiration. I know Kyoto and Reach Out fight pretty often. And a heavy break, but does not manage to get a reset there. If he held block, he could have punished that in time. And
already our first break of the tournament, I guess, but a very early break and limit burst going off now.
Yeah, definitely so. A little bit of desync going on there. Not sure what's happening there, especially since these guys should have a pretty good connection, Switzerland versus Portugal, but seems like everything's fine now. And Z-Wolf, perfect blocks, the Punisher Shield, very good. Z-Wolf, both his mentors are Goku, it's regular Goku and Super Saiyan God Goku, and this Goku in particular is a bit of a he's rocking the Now I'm Mad, so it's gonna give him a lot of heat and a lot of damage. On top of that, very good Super Saiyan, you know. And despite the health difference, he could be able to come back here if he scores a good break, if he punishes the burst, but it's still a big hill to climb here with how much advantage Kyoto has accrued. And a dashing heavy into God Fist will seal the deal. Kyoto takes the first match between these two.
I was interested to see, starting off the previous match, that I believe it was Z-Wolf's Goku that had a combo Type C. As a result, his starting health was pretty low, like just about 2 bars.
Combo Type B, yeah. He gets all Type Bs every time. But yeah, he's that's the thing about regular Goku, is that all his stat spreads are nerfed because of transformations. So Goku's Combo Type B or Goku's Strike Super Type B, etc., are lower stat spreads than the ones mentors that can transform get. So there's always that to consider, but still, yeah, definitely not a lot of health to work with, not a lot of stats to work with. And Kenyatta will be Z-Wolf will be opting to go into Super Saiyan God Goku, and that God Fist is already gonna do a lot of damage. And the burst coming to follow up is, of course, a lot of pressure. Kenyatta is forced to face it.
Z-Wolf definitely scared of being caught here now that he has his low stamina, especially now that his burst is being spent. Oh! Able to use Super God Shock Flash invulnerability to get ahead of the Super God Fist coming his way.
Yeah, I believe he wanted to proc the counter, but getting the invulnerability there was still in his favor. He managed to punish Kenyatta. And a raw burst Kame works as combo starter. Kenyatta's stamina not looking good right now. So, after Super Saiyan God Goku released, I had a feeling that God Goku is basically a better version of regular Mentor Goku. There's only a few handful of moves that he doesn't have access to, like Super After Image, like some like Super Guard, but still, this character has, of course, access to better stat spreads because he. The Super Command Confirm does not work. Z-Wolf still flies into it. I'm not very sure. Like, maybe he thought it was over already. But yeah, Z-Wolf here with a tough skill to climb managed to score a raw Burst Kame. These Burst Kames are just catching Kenyatta today.
Anti-situation here. Oh! A nice avoiding of that Spirit Explosion will net Kanhodo the set.
Man, and with jump iframes too. That I'm not sure if that was deliberate, but that was very, very cool. Congratulations to Kenyatta. He will advance. Alright, up next we have Efcha versus Ladgros. Should they both be here?
Oh, wait, we have a contestant Z-Wolf requesting a redo?
I mean, that didn't seem very laggy, so, I guess ask Kenyatta, tell him Z-Wolf is requesting a redo and see what he's gonna go with.
If nothing else, this could give the other contestants time to hop on their game, make sure they're on and all set up and whatnot.
Alright, Kenyatta says okay, so let's get them both here. I mean, a good sportsmanship on Kenyatta, for accepting that. Of course, he still has the set lead, even should this not go his way. He still can come back. He's not out. He's not sent to losers if he loses this, but still, very good sportsmanship by him because, honestly, alright. Yeah, honestly, let's see how this goes. And let's see if whatever got in Z-Wolf's way in the previous match, maybe it was that literally sync that they had. Let's see how it goes this time around.
We've gotten to see all the character choices from both the contestants so far. So now they've seen pretty much everything else of what the other has to offer.
Right.
We are still going into match point in Kanoto's favor.
Very true, and you know, I was talking about it previously, but Super Saiyan God Goku, of course, much better result there from Z-Wolf. He didn't manage for a win, but he made it much closer. And I think this is honestly already like kind of the strength of Super Saiyan God Goku. He really has access to everything Goku does pretty much, but with much better stats. So yeah, on certain builds he's just better Goku. Oh, gets countered by the Punisher shield, but the Energy Wave combo will not connect.
Is it normally supposed to?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's closer to the ground or something. Z-Wolf was burning a lot of his stamina early on in the match, but now he's doing a pretty decent job of conserving it. But will go for a self break, and can Kyoto stop this? Z-Wolf with a later burst dash, but does not manage to trade. Kyoto, however, will drop the punish. So Z-Wolf will get his stamina back, still having his limit burst before. Oh, the God Fist will trade with a grab. That's a little bit interesting. Oh, honestly, instant transmission into Super God Shock Flash, kind of a hype decision there. The counter to instant transmission stuff is grabbing them on arrival, and Super God Shock Flash will deny that. Kyoto does not fall for it, but still very interesting choice there by Z-Wolf. Kyoto's stamina now looking really low, but he still has his limit burst, and he will choose to pop that. 2 stamina bars for both contestants right now. Z-Wolf still access to his limit burst, but no key, not a lot he can do to really punish Kyoto right now with the safety of that auto perfect block limit burst.
I do like the attempts to make plays with the instant transmission. The ability you have after the transportation to immediately use a super, such as to counter, such as God Fist or Burst Kame, can lead the opportunity to really catch your opponent off guard, or at least get some nice cheeky damage.
The God Fist will connect there. Z-Wolf does not go for a follow-up dash into God Fist, but that will be enough. Forcing out the evasive for Kyoto, he will seal the deal here with more damage and bring us to a match point, 1-1. You know, Z-Wolf proving that redo was all he needed, and let's see if he can make a comeback here now that whatever was going on with him is supposedly better. But the most important adjustment there from Z-Wolf is I think he started managing his stamina much better than in the previous 2 matches. And even the beginning of that match, really. He was just banishing almost every hit, just throwing out evasives very early, and now he's just doing a good job conserving. So let's see how both these contestants fare in this game 3.
Into a much smaller map now, Goku's grab suddenly becomes a lot more dangerous. Although I guess that's the case for many of these smaller endless maps.
Yeah, that's very true. It's not terribly difficult for Goku to reach the walls and use his grabs to his advantage. Oh, very nice back hit there for Kyoto. These players are just trading blows back and forth, but neither really gaining any advantage here.
The contestants kind of size each other up, seeing what kind of trick they're going to throw at each other next.
Kyoto gets dragged into the burst Kame, but managed to answer with a Spirit Explosion into Energy Wave combo. Z-Wolf not prepared for the evasive there and does not manage to punish it or do much about it whatsoever. Kenyoto now on his last 2 bars of stamina.
Perhaps he was trying to get it to like clip the burst Kame so he can shoot the blast, but he was a little bit too far.
Oh, Z-Wolf will choose to evasive that. And the Super God Shock Flash. And oh, I think Kenyoto wanted to go for the Energy Wave combo there, but the early evasive will prevent him from doing so. Oh, clipped by the second blast of that Energy Wave combo.
No limit bursts have been used yet, but this is definitely coming around time to use it.
Yeah, for sure. I would not be surprised to see either player do an early burst just like that for Z-Wolf. And Kenyoto should be following suit should Z-Wolf win neutral here in this exchange.
It could be seen as a good or bad thing, but I'm really liking to see more of these early bursts, so to speak, in recent tournaments. I guess you normally think of them as being that last resort after you're broken type of get out of jail, hopefully. But it seems like as limit burst punishings become more prevalent, as people are seeing the value of having it while you still have stamina, it seems like taking advantage of it earlier on seems to be a more popular strategy.
Oh, Kenyoto dodged that Spirit Explosion with just a step. That was kind of wicked. But yeah, exactly. The level of play has risen so much that punishing limit bursts seems like a very feasible thing now. Both in expecting them or denying them. But the perfect block will net Kenyoto the win. Z-Wolf sent into losers. He could not change his fate, but he did show us a very interesting match, and that was some good Xenoverse there for sure.
Okay, who's up next?
Now we can get up to Afcha versus Lagros.
That's what I like to see. That's oh boy. It looks like Efcha is another person bringing in only one preset himself. So far, he seems to be only be running his speed type Goku Black.
Right. I asked him about that. He just submitted the single preset. I asked him if that was all. He said that was all. So yeah, maybe he's just really interested in playing Goku Black, and that's about it. Lagros, on the other hand, is bringing 3 characters to the fray. He's bringing us Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Goku Black, and Super Saiyan God Goku. Important to note that his Goku Black is the technical type, so it is the self-break kind of build. But other than that, very standard stuff here. With his Super Saiyan God Goku is a very common Goku build with now Ki Blast Cannon that he has access to, as well as Quiet as Sky and Faster than Lightning. And Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is pretty much what you expect, although I believe the key type for Gogeta has been the favorite in these tournament picks. Lagros, on the other hand, is going with the Strike Super Type A, so that's fairly interesting.
Well, he doesn't seem to be here at the moment. Perhaps we can go on to another match, and if he's not here by the end of it, give out to it.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's get on to Dendengo versus Felix then.
scrolling through Dan's and Felix's choices, I'm actually pleasantly surprised to see that, if I'm seeing it right, they actually have the exact same picks of characters. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Super Baby 2, and Goku Black.
Yeah, that is fairly interesting. Dan was originally interested in going with, I believe it was double Goku Black with base Goku Black and Rose, but he changed his mind and went for a very standard Gogeta and according to him, very high damage Super Baby 2. And of course, while these two might be bringing the same characters, there's always differences in their builds, and it's very interesting to see how those differences are gonna help each player potentially gain the upper hand over the other.
A critical difference, hopefully a critical difference, between Dan's and Felix's characters is that Felix has opted to run a speed type on his Goku Black as opposed to a technical type. I suppose with his technical type, similar acting Super Soul, he could afford to use his soul for a different, or his stat set for a different utility.
Yeah, definitely. So both these options are very strong for Goku Black. Of course, Self Break is very potent when you mix technical type with that kind of Super Soul, but on the other hand, Speed type makes Goku so much more threatening because of his invulnerable dashing lights, as well as just, you know, his very good neutral is very potentialized by the increased movement speed.
Felix perhaps putting his best foot forward with his Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Could we see our first backwards input Soul Punisher of the tournament this set? Only one way to find out. As the set begins, both these guys going at each other in neutral, forcing out a lot of stamina on Dango's part.
Right. And of course, the thing about backwards to Punisher, of course, is that it's exponentially more reliable on good connections, and the connection between these two should be very pristine. Both of them are in the UK, and let's see how that works out for Felix. Dan is doing so far a very good job of pressuring Felix's stamina already on his last 3 bars of stamina.
So when it comes to your strategy against characters like this Mentor Goku Black, or really anyone that features a very fast regeneration after you get stamina broken, how would you say you approach that kind of situation? Do you go against stamina breaks less often? Do you go for more breakless, high damage options? Just try to whittle them down?
You honestly really want to keep them in the low stamina range in a way that they can't self-break. So one important aspect there is, oh my god, grab into that wave work. Oh, he's gonna go for it again, you know it.
He went for it again. Oh man.
Oh man, that's so much damage. And now Felix a little bit back against the wall here, but still has that all-important Tenkaichi Dragon Ball's activation. And he chooses not to go for it. This could be really bad. This is really bad.
An array of yellow fists leaves our friend Dan on top of this first match.
Yeah, wow. Tenkaichi Dragon Balls did not come into play at all in that match. He didn't go for a burst, he didn't go for Tenkaichi Dragon Balls, and Dan takes the first win. Wow. But yeah, the thing about self-breaking, I think Super God Fist is very, very potent against it, because you can, they are forced to regen just a little bit of stamina after getting hit by it during the grab animation, during the tumbling kind of animation. And since it's also a combo starter, it's very, very potent to just keep them in that range, get the loops in, and just keep them at close range, which is also very important. Like, you can self-break safely in close range, but it's much harder compared to self-breaking from farther away, of course.
One thing I really like about fighting people with technical types, and it looks like we're going to be seeing quite a bit of it now, seeing that matchup go one against the other firsthand. When it comes to that kind of fighting, you really like having supers or having high damage options that can take out health while still providing little opportunity for them to regenerate their stamina. Like, say, for example, full power energy wave, you can throw it out and it slows how fast their stamina regenerates if they're broken, and doesn't let them get a whole bunch back if they're in juggle and not broken.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if either of these guys have options similar to that, but there are definitely other options for getting around that fast regeneration.
Yeah, for sure. Felix not choosing to evade if they're or was that was a grab, right? Yeah, couldn't do much about that, and this is really tricky already for well, actually Dan is in a much worse position right now. No stamina to work with, but he still is bolstering that self-break potential, and should he choose, he's going for it. And counter! We see the counter coming out, and then Dango, suddenly with the stamina reset here, both bursts still in play, gets a God Fist. This is a very even situation here.
Oh
my god, that's
did
so
that
nasty.
hit him before he instant rised or after?
Before, for sure. Oh, gets punished. He really thought he could safely burst there without being punished in time, but unfortunately for him, the burst dash will catch, and Felix even in the score, 1-1.
I wonder if we'll be seeing a switch to Super Baby 2.
Yeah, I'm interested by that, but honestly, grab into Death Wave is such a strong combo that I think both these players are comfortable just staying with these characters. Let's see.
Indeed they do.
Yeah. You know, one thing about Felix and Dan is that I'm sure they're just really trying to win. So these two are going to be choosing the optimal characters. They're going to be choosing the strategies that are most likely to bring them success. And we can see here both these two recognizing that Goku Black might be the stronger pick they have access to and going for it.
Dan's been able to get off the first really nice string in the match so far, leaving Felix at about half stamina, and low key to boot. Definitely something a little bit underrated if you're looking at a technical type kind of character, and really just any match, any character, cast or cast, the value of your key and like how much you're able to do just by having enough of that particular resource.
Yeah, yeah, that's very, very true.
And the very nice limit burst read there.
Yeah, then Dango here in a sticky situation now. Of course, he's getting that health regen. He's a little bit of an advantage over Felix in that department, but you know, Felix still accesses that limit burst, and it will be very hard for Dango to really answer here, especially with a grab into Death Wave. Just as the burst ran out, that still does increased damage, I believe. So now the health between the two are pretty even, and Felix still has his burst, so that's not the situation we want to be in as Dango. Both bursts have come out, and now Dan's just really trying to catch Felix out in the open here.
I appreciate his heightened aggression, you know. Going up against Goku Black, it's kind of a dangerous proposition if he has Ki, considering he can just throw out these really fast Ki supers that can catch you out. But he saw that Felix had low resources there, kind of took it as an opportunity, smelled blood in the water.
Yeah, and that Ki stun stopping God Fist dead in his tracks. Felix now on very low stamina. This could be really bad for Felix. Oh my god, and the stray God Fist, but does not manage to catch properly. Something wonky happened there, and a grab into Death Wave. This is not going to be enough, but still really good damage on the board, and Dango cannot afford to eat another one of these.
Oh, he possibly missed a... I don't know, do you think if he had gone for a stamina break there, he could have been able to close the gap in time? No way of knowing now.
Oh my god, this this is so close, but oh, the stamina break into
Better to play it
God
safe.
Fist. Oh man, oh wow, then the Dango takes the first set. Felix sent into losers already. Alright, Ledgro's informing us that he will not be able to attend this tournament, unfortunate situation, so FJ gets the bye. We can finish up this round of the tournament with JJK versus Kanyoto. Let's make it a good one.
Now, when it comes to JJK's characters, I believe you have plenty to say about that.
Very, very shocking turn of events here, where when I was posting everyone's builds and shit, just taking stock of them, I realized that JJK has chosen the exact same characters as me. Of course, slightly different builds. We're not mentally linked. We're not psychic or
Same brain.
or maybe separated twins at birth. But JJK is bringing Few and Goku Black, so I'm very, very excited to see what he's gonna do with both these characters. Of course, Goku Black, very strong option as we just seen. However, JJK does not have the Death Wave, so this is honestly potentially weaker set compared to what we just seen. He's rocking Technical Type B, of course, with the Goku Black Soul, and Super God Fist, Energy Wave combo, God Splitter, and Darkness Twin Star. Maybe he's banking a little bit on that self-break strategy a little bit more. And Few is honestly, I would say a relatively standard set. He's rocking Technical Type B, Few Super Soul, very standard stuff, Confusion Blade, Energy Wave combo, Ki Blast Cannon, and Super After Image. So honestly, almost the exact same set as me, except I don't run Confusion Blade, I run Consecutive Energy Blast instead. So excited to see how he's gonna utilize that Confusion Blade and how he's gonna play both of these characters right now in this room.
Choosing to start off with this Goku Black. Definitely a popular character choice so far this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, Goku has always been a very strong character pick, and now we have 3 of him as mentors, so it's definitely a lot of very good viable choices are Goku, as it turns out. And Goku Black, honestly, the most unique of them because he can run many different sets that regular Goku doesn't have access to. He has that Death Wave, has the Death Flash, he has Darkness Twin Star, really enough, and a lot of supers that Goku traditionally would not get. However, the most important part of his kit is definitely Super God Fist, which Goku does get and is his signature move. Both these players, of course, bolstering that God Fist, and I should expect to see some of them going back and forth here as a result.
So far, Kano's been doing a really good job at catching JJK out in these neutral exchanges. Just like in there. Doing a good job, you know, being able to attack during his step vanishes, during the step dashes.
Oh, Darkness Twin Star knockback into God Fist is a real thing. That's actually very scary. But yeah, Kanyoto is doing a fantastic job adapting at JJK's aggression here, catching him neutral, and part of that is of course due to Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta's fantastic staying neutral. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised no one chose to go with this character besides Kanyoto because he's a very good mentor. These counters are just catching JJK time and time again. Oh, the iframes on Goku's Dashing Light will ignore the trade that tends to happen with an Wave combo. And Super God Fist is putting JJK here in a very good position. Kyoto might have to burst soon.
Oh,
Perfect blocks the Dashing Light. This is honestly really good for Kyoto.
unfortunately not quite
JJK.
able to punish the link burst either.
Yeah. Oh, but that's honestly a good enough punish here. JJK really wanted to play back, to play safe, regain some stamina, regain some health, and that much damage will definitely put a damper on those plans. However, oh, but the Darkness Twin Star into God Fist does not work this time around. Energy Wave combo will punish it on cast, but now Kenyoto on the outside looking in here. Yeah, quick knockback into God Fist will do the trick. Very, very good play there by JJK. I'm really surprised that interaction is a thing at all, honestly. And let's see how Kenyoto can bounce back in this match. It was honestly very close, and I believe he has what it takes to just bring us to the all-important Game 3 between these two.
It was certainly very entertaining. Probably my favorite part was him, Kanhodo, throwing out the Punisher shield, and
Right.
you know, obviously JJK vanishes it, but as he's comboed, they kind of run into the shield, so he's able to get out of it that way. A little bit like a homing
Definitely
key
one
blast.
of the safer kind of counters because of that kind of situation. Wow. Few now being brought out by JJK. He said he thought about going Mentor Jiren, but he chose Few because because people aren't as comfortable facing him. Definitely a tricky character to go up against, especially if you especially being able to kind of thrive in matchup unfamiliarity. So Kenyoto here already struggling a little bit more to catch JJK out of neutral. However, JJK really not putting out fantastic amounts of damage as a result.
I could tell that Kanhodo is kind of employing a similar strategy that I was going for, just trying to see if I can P-block the approaches, stuff him out with neutrals, bypassing supers and whatnot. But any slight tap that JJK is able to get here causes a significant amount of stun on his opponent, which he can easily use to start up a combo. Definitely a tricky slope. Sad that the Punisher shield fell on deaf ears.
Yeah, the flash will take priority over that, and the shield was long gone by that time. Trading evasive, definitely not in Kenyoto's favor there, but he might be able to go for a self-break here, or even just, wow. Oh, that was a max range to Black Cannon. I would have not gone for it in that circumstance, just for being afraid of it dropping, but JK will manage to score it and uses his advantage. Does not manage to perfect block the burst. He's really tried to go for it, you can see, but still in a very, very good position. Perfect blocks the stamina break. That was almost really bad for JJK. He, of course, has a technical type, so Kenyoto probably cannot kill him in a single break, and this is it. The burst is extended, and the evasive will be perfect block. JJK DMing his opponent a little bit, killing him with the basic key blast. JJK will take the set and advance to winners semifinals.
Alright, who's up next? Let's take a look. We can do JJK and FCHA, or me and Dan.
Yeah, I guess because we're gonna break protocol a little bit here and move on with JJK and FCHA. We can get them both in here. One second, Gangsta.
All right, our first set of semifinals is about to begin.
All right.
So now it's
JDK versus
Efcha going up against a food test.
Efcha, of course, not his first rodeo versus Few. He's played versus my Few quite a number of times in the past, especially in the Universal Tournament. And it's gonna get perfect block, or it's gonna get kind of broken by the charged energy blade. And wow, this is already terrible for Efcha. He got the stamina reset, but he's already on his last bar of health, and JDK is not letting him regen that whatsoever. This is very, very tricky for Efcha, and honestly, at this point, I think you just, you know, there's always next match. This is the first match between these two. He can always come back from the 1-0 lead, but maybe he will surprise me. You know, the only amount of HP that matters is 0, and Efcha is a fantastic player. He could score stamina break, punish a limit burst, and just win the match in the blink of an eye.
I could not agree more.
Man, however, you know, I mean, those neutral God fists. I mean, what is he cooking? I'm not sure what he's going for there whatsoever. But JDK will punish it, and well, JDK takes the first round rather.
I would say something that Efcha would have to watch out for is that his Goku Black is a little bit unconventional. Just like with Felix, he's running speed type in conjunction with his technical soul, so he doesn't have that lightning fast stamina recovery after getting broken. But not to mention that, his comeback potential is also possibly shortened quite a bit. He has Super God Fist, but not Death Wave, not Death Slash, not like he can throw out in neutral to catch Fu out and just delete like 5k or whichever.
Right.
You know?
No, yeah, that's very important distinction. You really want those neutral supers to keep on some pressure on you. JDK already going for that charge energy blade as well, really trying to catch Efcha's leaping again. Efcha with a little bit of a block mashing there, trying to score those surface blocks. I respect it. He really needs to get some advantage going in this match. I mean, Efcha?
Okay.
Oh my god, the instant transmission. God, maybe Efcha to win this. Oh, I'm speechless. Oh,
Into the wall?
grab. Combo starter?
Into the God Splitter. That took some reaction. I'm happy to see that.
Oh, the perfect block. Very nice, very nice. He's just mashing. He's just mashing and gets stamina broken for his troubles. Oh my god, Efcha, a little bit of a... I mean, this is not what we're used to seeing from this contestant whatsoever. But still, he might still be in this. Oh, but trades with the Energy Wave combo. Efcha gets sent into losers. I mean... what else there is to say about it? Efcha played an interesting game there, to say the least, but well, best luck of him on losers. Hope to meet him in losers round 3. Next up, we have Moti versus Dan Dengo.
Yep.
Greetings.
Oh wait. Just setting up the names real quick, and then we're ready to begin the match.
Alright. Will we see the Krillin pick from Multi?
Okay, here I go.
Of course, going up against yeah, going up against Super Baby 2 from Dengo. This is not what I expected at all. Maybe knowing that Multi is going for a bit of a more fun pick as it is. But Baby 2, huh? Whoa. I wonder. I wonder what the plan here is for Dango. Of course, Baby 2 is a very strong character on his own right. Very high damage, and especially with access to Handy Cannon, that did so much to improve Baby's neutral. Let's see. Let's see what kind of match this is gonna turn out to be. Perfect blocks the key blast there from the back hit. Definitely not something you see every day. Oh, those loops based on the back hits. Honestly, I'm not the most familiar person with Baby, so this is very interesting tech here from me. And going for the U rain, punishing or covering his covering most of his potential approaches there. The Milky Cannon, the U rain, of course, kind of a not really a zoning setup, but kind of a just setting up supers here, making very tricky for Multi to maneuver in neutral to really get something going. Goes for the dashing heavy into energy wave combo. Does not connect with the power blitz, but maybe that was not the intention. Just to really, you know, it's safe to throw out and not get punished for it. I still yet to see any handy cannon for Dango. He's just really content to go for those U-Rains and those Milky Cannons, just really trying to catch Multi on his approaches. Does not seem to be working out so well for him now though. And Multi really maneuvering around these supers very, very well, but let's see here. Oh, the first raw handy cannon there, trying to catch Multi in neutral, does not work as well as he would have hoped. And oh, the backflip dodges both the U-Rain and the handy cannon. That was just the most high value backflip we've seen in a really long time. And Multi here really trying to catch Dango, but does not manage to achieve so. Dan is really controlling the tempo of this match. Krillin is not, I mean, he's just struggling to catch Baby, and that's the story of Krillin, you know. He has he doesn't have worse neutral, but it's still definitely not in contention for the kind of neutrals that we see in the tournament from these other characters, and really struggling here to catch Dango. But still managing to deal very well with all these setup supers, with the U-Rain, with the Milky Cannon. Gets hit by the explosion of the Milky Cannon, however. I think he was not expecting that huge radius it has, but oh my god. Can Multi get a health burst safely off now? He's on such low health, if he gets punished, he's dead. And you know how Dan is. He's a very, very smart player, so he's probably watching out for that at every second, smelling blood in the water. Goes for the stamina break, however, getting a little bit ahead of himself. Maybe, oh my god, stamina break. Dan just really wants to be splashy here. The homing key blast almost touches Dango, but will not manage to do so. Gets knocked back by the U-Rain, and now Multi, last 2 bars of stamina, really trying to make something happen here. And then just sitting pretty, just floating around, just feeling, just making Multi feel the pressure, his confidence unabated. And now, Dan has his first game, heavy break. What is he gonna do with it? Just a heavy break reset. Just optimal use of the break time. I mean, he just, if you don't use all the time you have left in your opponent's break, are you even, what are you breaking them for, you know? So yeah, then we'll take the first round. Very, very, very dominant display there with that Super Baby 2. And if I'm Multi, I'm probably considering busting out the Gogeta now.
There will be no mercy! the one who will destroy you.
Already very good start here by Dango. Wow, just throwing those single lights, forcing Multi to vanish without any um, really any threat. Just getting in the mind, going for those loops there. Does not manage to score anything, and a grab into energy wave combo. Nah, that was too slow. That was too far up. It wouldn't track properly. But still, Multi now regaining some stamina, trying to get some advantage here, close the gap in health with those energy wave combos. Are serving him well. Will force Dang to evasive just out of the threat of the energy wave combo. Just a dashing heavy will be enough to force Dango. And now either player really scoring a huge advantage here, but then is just keeping up so much pressure with the Super Baby 2. This is a fantastic performance for this character, honestly. Multi on his left bar of health, low stamina. If I'm him, I'm probably looking to activate Tenki Dragon Balls very soon. Almost thought about going for the Limit Burst there, does not choose to do so. He's constantly queuing up the Limit Burst in case Dan wins some crucial exchange here in the neutral, but does not seem to really want to go for it and get plans for trouble. Not busting out the Tenki Dragon Balls either, so this is tricky. This is oh my god, I'm so scared he's gonna just get obliterated there at some point. Oh, the Switch explosion! He could have kept that going. That would have been devastating for Dan. Oh, attack burst. I'm not sure. Honestly, I didn't even look at the Supercell activation. I'm not sure what Dan is rocking on the Super Baby 2, but I do not expect to see an attack burst. Wow. Now Multi has a very distinct advantage here. However, Dan is really doing a fantastic job forcing out all of his stamina there. Can Multi bring us to a game 3 here, or is he just dead no matter what? Oh, the grab will be enough. Okay, 1-1. We have a match in our hands, fellas, and honestly, this has been a good one. I've never seen Super Baby 2 played like this, and this was a really interesting
That was
showcase.
almost catastrophic. Oh my god.
Yeah, a very interesting showcase of what the character can do. Alright,
It's crazy. He's moving really well. Like dashing light does not work. It's not a thing. So I'm having to use a lot more like standing H's in order to kind of compete with him in neutral. And that's not something I expected to hear from Super Baby, but I mean, I guess I just don't know enough about him.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just surprised because I do not know much about Super Baby 2. Previously, the only person that would play him to any competitive extent was Six, and so I'm very mystified by how his neutral is working. Important to note also, I checked his Super Soul. He's rocking Don't Think I'm the Same as Before, which is Baby's regular Super Soul. Is just a flat damage increase at lower percent health with an attack burst. Nothing too fancy, but definitely good enough to do the job on Baby should he be disadvantaged in health. Then now we'll be rocking the Goku Black, knowing he can't play around, he really needs to go for that win. And let's see now, Vegeta versus Goku Black. This is a very tricky situation here to play against. You know, Multi really doesn't want to risk getting grabbed and hit with those death waves. So, oh, but 5H into dashing heavy into God Fist will do a nice chunk of damage there. And Multi now, low stamina and a health disadvantage. He's really struggling to catch them and make something happen in this match. But anyway, Energy Wave combo will deal a little bit of chip damage here on Dango. Still struggling to get him out of that green HP bar, and a 5 heavy into another 5 heavy. Then is just content to just keep up the pressure here and trying to force Multi on his last leg of stamina. Of course, Multi still access to that Thank You Dragon Ball, to that health burst, so he's not out yet, no matter how big the disadvantage might seem in the beginning. Oh, very nice perfect block there by Multi. Really important to stop those approaches from Local Black, dead in the water. And now Dango just floating around, trying to force Multi to be the aggressor instead, and just dashing light into a combo into God Fist. Really tricky, and will deny Multi the limit burst he was considering to go for in doing that. Thank you, Dragon Ball's activation. He holds the Spooky Explosion a little bit. Oh my god, Dan's just trying to bait that counter so much, and Multi eventually will fall for it. Of course, a lot more stamina to work with Multi has now, and both these players still rocking their health limit first, neither forced to use them quite yet, though Multi might be considering to go for it right now. Yeah, he will, and oh my god, high stamina but very low health, and let's see if the health burst will be able to give him the resources he needs to work through to beat Dan in this situation and grab into Death Wave. That's gonna, oh, not Death Wave, huh? Dan choosing not to go for it, doesn't need it. Maybe he's considering it a bit of an unfair strategy, so he just content to try to win versus Multi in a much more standard way, and let's see what's gonna end up happening here in this match. Dango still has access to his limit burst. He's not being forced to use it yet whatsoever, and Multi will really need to punish limit burst quite heavily should Dan consider using it if he wants to win this match. Oh man. If I'm Multi here, I'm looking to use a Super Key Explosion or something like that. Oh, but the self-break. This is potentially very bad for... Oh! This rises into it. That's interaction I did not expect to see happen there. But Multi now, no stamina to work with, almost close to a timeout. This is, oh, stamina break into God Splitter, into Instant Severance? Oh, the punishment of God. And then the Dango will take the set. That was a really exciting match. Holy.
That was a fantastic set. Well done to Dan. I blundered. I forgot in all the excitement that he had his burst still on deck, so didn't have the opportunity to think through the really well played. So glad he did so well. Okay.
Yeah. That was really good, and they're still losers. I wouldn't count you out of the tournament just yet. That was a good meeting.
Certified people Kantan City moment.
There you can enjoy
Now, JJK versus Dan the Dango. We've seen these two go at each other so often, and they're always hanging around each other. You know, they're kind of friends, kind of rivals, kind of hate each other sometimes. They're just out there to play some really good Xenoverse versus each other, really wanting to prove that they're better than the other. And then Dango here in winners finals. Let's see if he can take down JJK, who has JJK honestly has had a very smooth bracket so far, just coasting through. So let's see if Dan will be the one to challenge him in this winners finals. Of course, best of 5, so this is gonna be a long match no matter what. Let's see what look these players will be showing us.
I don't know what we're going to see in terms of character picks. Undoubtedly, JJK's had a fantastic amount of success using food, taking advantage of the opponent's matchup knowledge, lack thereof, in order to do super well. But he might change his tune going up against Dango. We'll have to wait and see. I could easily see him pulling out the Goku Black, trying to trade technical types like we saw during Dan's and Felix's match.
Right.
So who knows?
Yeah. Very. Honestly, this is a very interesting prospect. These two are rocking very different builds on their Goku Blacks. However, JJK will opt for the feud. It's kind of funny that the last time these two fought in the 16th Tenkaichi Budokai was a Goku versus Few match, but the players rocking each character were reversed. JJK was playing Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Dan was playing a regular Few, and very excited to see how JJK will play Few into Dan's Goku Black. Supposedly he was saying earlier that he was beating Dan's Goku Black, so let's see if he can perform to that level here, despite the immense threat that is Grab into that wave, which we'll see right now, taking a chunk of his health. And wow. Oh, God Splitter startup, trying to be a little bit creative there. I'm not sure, but gets punished for troubles. And oh, the whiffed Key Blast Cannon. You hate to be in that position where you just have to recover for so long. Thankfully, a God Fist is all that's gonna get first troubles, but another grab into Death Wave will be pretty devastating there for JJK. JJK will be grabbing his health, but that's not nearly as much damage as Dan is able to put out from a single grab. Oh, Dan will kind of slide into the remote series bomb activation there. I think it had whipped at the beginning, but will get caught by it, forced to evade it. And now Dan's stamina not looking too good, but still maintaining a pretty decent health lead. Both these players were still on deck, so let's see what kind of plays they're going to be going for here. Dan regening so much stamina from that juggle combo, and that's one of the things about Few. You just he puts on a lot of unbenchable pressure, but it's still juggle pressure, so you get to regain a lot of stamina if you just sit in his combos. Dan, however, spending a lot of stamina very easily, and now JJK in a really good position here to just steal this match should he punish a limit burst. A clash, however, will give Dan a second leap in life here, and let's see who will come out on top in this match. Both players still active with their breath. Oh, punishes the limit burst, but the technical type will be responsible for. Oh my God, the God Fist.
Despite whipping yet again, he's still able to get off that remote serious bomb aura around Dan, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he waited too long. Dan was just putting out so much pressure there to where JJK, he wasn't giving JJK really a room for limit bursting. He was just going for the God Fist right away, and Dan will take the first round of the set.
He was a little too far for the hitbox on that burst to affect him, I don't think.
Yeah, you were too far away, Jack. That was kind of close, but I think that was max range, honestly.
But being at the corner of World Tournament, I can definitely see how the impression could be made.
Yeah, no, I definitely see the intention there. That was not a weird play to make, but especially when you consider, like, we get a privileged POV where we get to spectate these players, get a good camera angle, but for JJK, he had his own camera angle there where he could not see Dan as clearly and didn't know it would not hit. Oh man, the terminal power. Ugh. Okay, JJK is scoring the first grab. Of course, he doesn't have access to that grab death wave combo, and I'm wondering, maybe the choice in Terminal Power Arena, I mean, it came from Dango, so I'm not too sure on that, but it does have farther away walls. I'm not sure that the grab death wave combo is reliant on walls, but maybe it's to make that strategy a little bit weaker. I'm not quite so sure. Dango, however, spending almost all of his stamina already and gets caught by the dashing light. This is a really bad situation to be in Dango, if you're Dango, and a completely different look from the previous match where he was controlling the tempo for a lot of it.
Regardless, he's able to take out already pretty much a bar of health just off of his grab death slashes.
Yeah. Oh, even like the second hitbox. Oh my god, the stamina break. This is really, really tricky. Oh man. Wow, JJK is playing some really good Goku right now. That strategy of Darkness Twin Star into God Fist is honestly really potent, especially against blocks, especially straight hits catching. He just has the reactions to just Super God Fist there, and forcing Dan to evasive at a mere Darkness Twin Star touch is, you know, it's very advantageous. Dan tries to catch him with the God Fist. I think first dashing God Fist. Not managed to do so, but will do it right now. Both these players are going back and forth. Another grab from JJK. He will be able to start a combo off that, but not a standing combo. He had to dash into him and drops the combo there. God Fist flying back and forth, grabs flying back and forth. JJK will go for another grab, trying to really score something here against Dango. Both players dead even in health and stamina, and both having access to their burst. JJK will be able to burst safely, very crucial there for him. He really wants to get that health back. He wants to get a little bit of a stamina lead potentially, and then still having his burst on deck. You know, both players have the ability to deny burst with those God Fists if they can get a loop going, but neither player really boasting the key to do so. This flash will, however, turn things around just a little bit, but wow.
Really is a great match to see. Just two people playing the character that they both know super well in terms of what he can do, how well his attacks can land, and just going back and forth with it.
The thing about mirror matches also is like neither player really has a character-specific advantage to do so. It's just about really outplaying your opponent. So it's very tricky here, but very exciting. Oh, and the stamina break into God Splitter will be enough. JJK doesn't have his burst anymore. Then the Dango leading the set 2-0. Honestly, these matches have been fairly close. I would not be surprised at all to see JJK come back, maybe even pull off the reverse sweep. Let's see what they have in store for us.
You know, I guess it makes a whole lot of sense, but I wasn't quite... I didn't know how God Splitter slows down stamina recovery when you're broken.
Yeah, no, it's very potent once you get a stamina break, especially on tech types like that. It's just... it's a very good tool to have access to. Dan, of course, was almost like... Not I wouldn't be able to say the pioneer, but the people that really brought that kind of strategy into tournaments before with his mentor Zamasu, so definitely cool to see him busting it out in this tournament with Goku Black, which is arguably a much better mentor than mentor Zamasu is.
We're back onto the Goku Black Ditto.
Yeah, they're really content to just go for that. I can't say I blame them. This is has been a really good match and a very skill-based match, I would say. Like these two are just really trying to outplay each other based on the Goku Black pick, just playing better than their opponent, and you know that's always good to see in the universe. Just some good back and forth here with Goku Black.
I'm inclined to agree, but you gotta admit that these guys are definitely waiting for that opportunity to say, okay, well, I have one bar key. It's time to start going for the grab death flash?
Death Wave.
Death Wave.
That is the short range one. Well, that's true for Dango, but JJK does not have access to that option, so he's really just trying to use grabs as a combo starter, which is a very strong aspect of Goku's kit. But yeah, but JJK, of course, looking to use those 2 bars of key instead. Oh, and the Self Break will give him a lot of key to work with. The Darkness Twin Star into God Fist, very strong combo. Then really didn't pop the oh my god, blocks the Energy Wave combo with God Splitter. It was so cool.
And JDK thinks, oh man, that's a cool idea. I'll do that too to block his key stuns.
Yeah.
For the lulz.
Yeah.
Darkness Twin Star really is like the best friend of a technical type player. Just like even if you get hit, you still get like 2-3 seconds to just recover your stamina while the opponent's set away.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And Darkness Twin Star are honestly a very versatile super. It does not deal a ton of damage even when fired, but the shield just exerts so much pressure, and especially blocking key stuns, blocking some weaker key blast supers, like effective energy blast, stuff like that. So definitely not a bad skill to use if you're rocking a Mentor Goku Black.
Ooh, nervous moment for these guys near the wall.
JJK now boasting a significant advantage here over Dango. He's just playing so aggressive and then really struggling to deal with that, especially with those Darkness Twin Stars, which will stuff any approach he tries to go for. It's very tricky, and JJK will manage to immediately go for a God Fist off the knockback of the Darkness Twin Star. I didn't even see the bubble pop, and he was already God Fisting him. That's how quick he's being about just executing on that combo.
Dan honestly able to do a really nice reversal, being at that critical stamina level, scoring the grab death wave.
Yeah. JJK trying to fire there, raw God Splitter. I'm not sure. I think he wanted to go for an Energy Wave combo, maybe got mixed up on his binds for the supers. But now either player here could take this match. JJK is playing a fantastic match so far and punishes the God Fist, then almost no stamina to work with, but neither does JJK. A perfect block, a neutral catch, or even just letting your opponent rest in the ground there can be very deciding factors in this match right now. Oh my god, that God Fist didn't rage. Neither did that one. Oh my god, Dan has no stamina. He has no stamina. He's bursting, but gets his burst vanished. JJK getting his first point in this match, and he really had to play for it. Fantastic play by JJK. Dango getting a little bit desperate there towards the end, and really trying to steal that match. It was so close, but not managing to catch JJK with both of God Fists, getting one punish in the end proved to be his downfall.
I'd say this is a really interesting interaction that we're seeing here between these two players. Both of them are running Goku Black, both of them are running the full send technical type, plus I like you better when you're mad Super Soul.
Right.
But critically, I guess one has an option that the other doesn't have that they probably would like very much. JJK has access to Darkness Twin Star, which grants him all these different advantages over Dan. But Dan doesn't have Energy Wave combo, which he needs to, super easily pop JJK's bubble.
Right.
Meanwhile, JJK doesn't have Death Wave that he can use off of grabs for insane amount of damage.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing about mentors, right? And CSCs to an extent. There's always this this term from Pokemon, the 4 move slot syndrome, where you wish you could have a 5th move slot, you could have another move to equip, and this is very applicable to mentors. Of course, both these players wishing they could slot even more stuff in their builds. There will never be like a perfectly optimized Mentor Goku Black, and that's the beauty of it. Both players hitting to their sensibilities there and just going with the things they feel more comfortable, they feel it's more optimal to use in these scenarios. And yeah, like I said, both players really potentially wishing they had JDK, wishing he had Death Wave, Dango maybe wishing he had an great combo, and yeah, both players just really pressing to their advantages and to how the playstyles weave into their movesets right now.
Almost did a really good job punishing the Robin Luna burst there, but JDK was able to cover himself pretty well.
Yeah, the Darkness Swing Star, like I said, best friend of a technical preset, best friend of a health burst as well, so just a dashing heavy into Darkness Swing Star managed to be really good, and JDK will punish Dango's burst, but not very heavily, just combo starter there, forcing advantage. Neither player really with a decisive moment here to really win this match, but just trading back and forth the resources, trading back their bursts, trading all the damage around with those God Fists.
Eden has vanished with the God Fist there too.
Yeah, that's devastating. And JDK not access his burst anymore. This might be it. Oh my god. Yeah, that's it. Almost recovers stamina in time, but then optimizing his break time with those God Splitters. Fantastic play by him. Then moves on to Grand Finals, 3-1. But the score, honestly, it was much closer than the score would tell you. Each match in that round could have gone to JDK, but then will come out on top. JDK will be locked into losers finals, and he will have an opportunity to come back and go later on. But now we'll have to sit through the entirety of losers bracket to see who will be his opponent in losers finals.
Fantastic set. Definitely eager to see this losers bracket.
Alright, so for the first match of losers bracket, I believe we have Felix and Z-Wolf, so we can get them both in here and get this underway. And yeah, I would like to give props to Dan and to JDK. They both played some fantastic universe, and that was a really exciting finals, or winners finals rather.
At the halfway point of this tournament, I gotta say, I'm really having a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the opportunity so far, and I'm gonna have the opportunity hopefully later on in my matches.
Right.
It gives you an opportunity not only to see how these new mentors interact in the competitive setting, also gives you the chance, if you're so inclined, to try out some of these new moves that were changed as a result of the update.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that was your reasoning for playing Mentor Krillin, right? Power Blitz got changed, and it's he doesn't have Key Last Cannon, of course, so it's a restand 2 for him. That also turns out to be very safe right now. So yeah,
Exactly.
definitely a good opportunity to see those move changes, as you said.
Taking a second look at Z-Wolf sets. Now I'm Mad is a brand new soul introduced with this update. I guess that would be another example of testing out something new with old mentors. Do you mind telling me a little more about it?
Yeah, sure. So actually, I'm the one responsible for giving Z-Wolf the stats. He said he was feeling lazy. He wanted to join the tournament, but he didn't want to make builds, so he would just use builds that people made for him. I think the only redeeming sort of factor about regular Goku is his access to transformations. You know, that's any damaging skill tree with Super Saiyan 3 will do more damage than even like the best skill trees that aren't nerfed because of transformations. So I thought, you know, now I'm mad, very increasing your damage and relying on transformations, which is the selling point, quote unquote, of Mentor Goku potentially, and sporting that all-important defense burst, I think makes it a good choice for a more aggressive kind of Goku, a more high damage kind of Goku. But of course, lacking in resources, lacking in health and stamina a little bit, is a little bit detrimental compared to Super Saiyan God Goku, which does have to have that green health bar. He gets it like 1/3 of the way, almost half of the way. So yeah, definitely. And both Goku sets are fairly standard, just a little bit personality here and there. Base Goku sporting Breaker Energy Wave. God Goku, I think he had sorry, I got distracted by by the Discord. But yeah, and Super Saiyan God Goku is oh my god. Super Saiyan God Goku, his selling point originally was Ki Blast Cannon, but the thing about Ki Blast Cannon, Z-Wolf, Z-Wolf, and Richao were in an endless earlier in the week, and on good connections, Super Saiyan God Goku's uppercut into Ki Blast Cannon was not working whatsoever. So it is a bit of a kind of a lag
Really?
lag reliant kind of setup. Yeah, I was very surprised by it, honestly. Richao was consistently out of range when Z-Wolf did the uppercut, did the Ki Blast Cannon. So I opted to choose a more reliable set with Burst Kame, with Super God Fist, just very important Goku tools, because the thing about Super Saiyan God Goku is that he can just be straight up better Mentor Goku. So I was just leaning into those factors, and Z-Wolf used it pretty well versus Kanyoto. They're getting that win earlier on. Super God Fist, Super God Shock Flash, Energy Wave combo, and Burst Kame rather, and I believe Instant Transmission, yeah, for those God Fists and for those neutral advantages. And immediately Z-Wolf goes here for the Super Saiyan God Goku, facing off versus Felix Goku Black. That's very interesting matchup here, and I'm very interested to see how Z-Wolf will play it, especially if he's able to conserve his stamina a little bit more compared to his first match in tournament.
Felix making excellent use out of his dashing light to get a nice stun on Z-Wolf, continue a combo, or at least force a vanish.
Right. Felix is playing this speed type Goku Black instead of the technical type, so he's leaning into that very important kind of advantage there, where he's so fast in neutral, he can play so aggressive, and it's hard to deal with. So yeah, definitely going to rely on that and just dance around Z-Wolf in neutral. However, he's gonna be caught a few times there and forced. Z-Wolf trying to go for a quick stamina break there. I don't even disagree with that per se. A little bit of creative option, but if
times
he
for
got
Shao
a fast
Kahn, he
break,
can certainly get a good amount of damage off it. But
like if he gets a fast break off, he could have surprised Felix. Oh, Warp Kame, I think he meant to go for ×4, which he does access to, but now Felix is gonna be boasting a lot more advantage here. Z-Wolf won't even be able to go for his health limit first. Unfortunate for him. And oh no, he already had gone for it earlier on. So yeah, Felix takes the first match. But honestly, that was I think the warp Kame, maybe he really thought he was going for ×4, but unfortunate situation there for Z-Wolf.
I've been
Honestly,
there.
a match losing mistake, so to speak. Let's see if Z-Wolf can come back in this next match.
Come to think of it, I guess both of the Super Soul Z-Wolves running Now I'm Mad and Let's Get Round 2 Started are more on the recent end of the spectrum when it comes to Super Souls.
Yeah.
What exactly does Let's Get Round 2 Started do?
It on 50% HP, I believe. It gives you full ki back, and I think that's it. Maybe it gives you a small damage boost or something. But the thing is, Goku, outside of Thank You Dragon Balls, does not have excellent Super Souls with excellent bursts. Base Goku, of course, now has Now I'm Mad, which is an interesting Super Soul. The upsides of it are a little bit... you don't have to build around them, unlike... it's a bit of a long story, which was Luku's Super Soul. And on the health burst spectrum side of things, both his souls, which I believe like it's freezing here or whatever, hey you ready for me or something, and Let's Get Round 2 Started, none of them really do a whole lot for the character, but they do support health burst. Goku really relies on that Thank You Dragon Balls, which is not allowed, so he's so Z-Wolf is going for Round 2 Started because at least the extra ki can be very beneficial, and the health burst is very, very important. And Z-Wolf is already showing us a much better look compared to the previous match. He's sporting all the advantage here. Felix on 0 stamina and no burst. Z-Wolf gets a break here, it's over for Felix. Even with a faster regen scoring so.
Oh man, just barely able to evade. Get out of there in time.
Oh my god, this is very losable for Felix. Z-Wolf's gonna start another combo, force him to vanish. Z-Wolf still on that health limit burst, gonna be sporting white health and gonna be recovering a lot of stamina too. Felix struggling here on the outside looking in, trying to really make something happen. Z-Wolf goes for the evasive into burst Kame. Oh my god, Felix is dead.
Felix is dead!
Z-Wolf
Evens
up the score. 1-1.
It is a fantastic Sunday afternoon here in the booth.
Oh, hey, Kali. Yeah, been a long time since I've seen you around. Very excited to see you watching our tournament. Yeah, we are on PC, just races. This is a PC tournament for Xenoverse 2. It's to showcase the newest DLC mentors like Goku Black, Super Saiyan God Goku, Baby 2, etc. Gogeta.
Here we are at match point of losers round 1. One of these guys is gonna get eliminated. Woo.
Yeah. You know, they gotta be feeling the pressure, and if I'm Felix, I'm probably looking to grab Death Wave at every opportunity, but is he gonna get a good opportunity to, like, Z-Wolf can very easily, he was moving on him in neutral there, and let's see the speed type if Z-Wolf just has a better Goku, you know? Z-Wolf drops the combo, content to just not go for much there, sit down, force Felix to come to him, and already sporting a little bit of a health lead here. Felix going for the grab into Death Wave, evening up the health situation, and oh, the grab trading with the God Fist, of course, will tech the grab, but will not be able to. Oh, Z-Wolf thought he had the evasive there. That's potentially very bad for Z-Wolf. I think we should be seeing an early burst from Z-Wolf here. at any given point. But the thing is, Felix can just deny them with God Fist, and that's so tricky to work around. We do see the burst. Goes for the burst Kame, a little bit of a strange decision there. Maybe he thought that the burst knockback was enough. It is not. But Z-Wolf is too far away from the ground, I believe. No, he's not.
And Eden has vanished too with the God Fist.
Oh, it ate. Unfortunate for him, but the God Fist will be enough. It will eat his stamina, and Z-Wolf is out of the tournament. But that was a really good set. He really gave him Felix a hell of a fighter. Felix will advance, however, to losers round 2, winning his first match of losers. Oh yeah, Light Growth can come, so I'm just gonna ask Felix if he minds doing his fight right now, or oh, Kenyoto needs forfeits. Oh my god. Okay. Felix, do you mind? Okay. He doesn't mind doing our match right now, so we can get right into it.
Felix and you?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
I gotta load Conton still, my bad, but I got booted out of the lobby.
Gives me time to set up the names.
Alright.
Best of luck to you. Best of luck to Felix as well.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of excited. Goku Black is not what I was expecting to face going into this tournament, but I was really interested in facing off against Felix because of his Gogeta, because I really wanted to prove that Thank You Dragon Ball is maybe not as much of a big deal, but we'll see here how this match is going to turn out. I'm very excited to face Felix. Maybe not how I envisioned in winner's bracket, but in loser's bracket for all the marbles, sure, I'm down with it.
It's not something we got to see too much of, but I would say that Psyker probably has the most unique iteration of Goku Black out of all the ones picked so far. Not necessarily because he has a different Super Soul or a different stat set. I would say it just comes down to choice of his evasive. Spread Shot Retreat makes him probably the only Goku Black here.
I swapped that out.
You did?
I did. I'm sorry.
Well done.
I was rocking Spread Shot Retreat towards till the very end, but I thought about the situations where you killed me, where I had two stamina instead of, and I couldn't evade. So yeah, I had to switch it out.
You know what? That's just fine with me. Imagining that pretending
Black is cookie cutter as can be.
Still believing that you did though was actually the reason that I realized that I could do that slow regeneration thing with full power energy wave.
Oh, all right. That's pretty. All right. So I'm gonna mute myself. Good luck, Felix. Let's make it a good.
We'll be seeing the collision between two speed-type Goku Blacks, I believe. So interesting here. We're going to be seeing a lot of dashing lights, a lot of smart standing lights, just a lot of movement between two Goku Blacks, perhaps between Foos. Psyker going right into the character he knows best, the Purple Man. It looks like we're starting this match off in the cramped World Tournament stage. A natural choice for us, but perhaps a little bit advantageous for someone with Felix's grabs. Starting the match off with a lot of movement here, forcing an early stamina usage from Felix. Really, you want anything you can get just to make sure you're perfectly in charge of it. In order to recover some stamina, he allows himself to get a good chunk of damage off from Psyker. He still has a Stealth Burst on deck. Oh! I believe he saw some kind of desync? Indeed. There we go, now we're back to normal, and through some manner, the health has been tied up. Cyker's doing a good job staying evasive with his combos. Still managing to get eaten by a Super God Fist. Oh no. You can do it. That's like a arithmetic property, I think. You do 2 grabs, and that just translates to the other guy doing a grab instead. Hell's tied up again. Felix does not want to take any more chances here with the... now he's really wanting to lean into the grab death wave just in order to get this hiccup out of the way. Able to catch the whiff on that dashing H. Allows him to get the first match of the set, although that was probably a little bit dangerous trying to P-block or trying to grab away that charged heavy that Psych was going for. Through whichever manner and whichever means, Felix was able to get the first match of this set.
I've asked Felix for a redo because of the desync there. He agreed to it, so we're gonna be starting anew. You here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grab into Death Wave, no lag, it's perfect Xenoverse. Yeah, man, that's the 20XX world we're about to be living in, I guess. You go into the run back of the first match. Hoping that the McDonald's manager doesn't catch Psyker for going into it. Both these guys definitely have a lot of good use to make out of their ki. Oh, Felix almost doing the same thing he did previously, getting the P block or the block on that approach that Psycho was going for in order to answer with a Death Wave. He may have taken a lot of damage now, but this has given Psycho the perfect opportunity to get a whole bunch of ki for him to use his, I like to call it the Generico volley. Energy Wave combo and consecutive Energy Blast together can create a really dangerous minefield for you to endure as you try to either block it and receive a whole lot of block damage, or try to evasive and risk getting tagged. Unfortunately, Felix was getting a bit hit by it. But now tables have turned. Now he's got more than enough ki to go for some Death Waves. Thankfully, the match appears a lot more stable, but we could be going into a similar situation. Both these guys running out to the last bar of health. Will we see Lunar Burst? Will we see some early kind of stamina breaks? It seems no. This could be the end of the match. Even the wall couldn't save Psyker. Once more, this first point goes to Felix. It is a shame we don't have God Vegetas in the tournament, I don't believe, but I guess it really comes down to many of these guys are going into the tournament wanting to show off a particular thing. Be it Goku Black's grab combos, be it Gogeta's Soul Punisher, or not Soul Punisher, but Thank You Dragon Ball's inclusion, or even me going for my nice, safe Power Blitz option. I guess everyone just wanted to show off something with this tournament. But with God Vegeta, you know, you kind of get what you pay for. Maybe people just didn't want to use up one of their slots for whichever version this whichever means. This match starts off a lot more kinetic. Both these guys trying to strive to get that nice neutral win. Really, now with both these guys have Death Wave on the table, they're kind of seeing it's a Xenoverse game of chicken. It's Felix getting hit by the double Death Slash. The double hit Psyker's best friend with that move in particular. It's nothing that Felix can't answer back himself with his grab Death Wave, doing a very considerable similar amount of damage. Double hit on the block, too. Oh. Felix trying to go for some dashing H Godfists, but it's not seeming to take. Psyker making full use of that speed type to just move around, trying to see if he can get some cheeky death slashes in, trying to see if he can get some grabs in. This is two speed type Goku Blacks going at it. It's worth noting both these guys have some serious high damaging options, both for their 1 bar key investment. At any point, we can see some God Fist, we can see some death slashes, some death waves. But it looks like Psyker's winning. Oh! Perhaps saved by him falling out of that stamina break combo. That Psyker was able to more immediately get into Felix's face following his Limit Burst. A Limit Break then would have been... He probably still would have been able to kill him. Perhaps with some nice use of death waves or death slashes. Regardless, now the tables are a bit turned. Psyker low resources, trying to regenerate his health. Felix seeing if he can get some cheeky hits in. Waiting, expecting Psyker to throw out some grabs that he can immediately punish with one of his own. Oh! Psyker eats advantage from Felix. Throwing out some more of those death slashes in an attempt to get some hits. The first bomb key blast of the tourney happens more than halfway through it. But regardless, Felix advances.
God damn it, GG, Felix. It might not have been, the most exciting match to watch, but I can assure you it was very, very tense to play through.
I can imagine.
Alright, so Felix advances to losers round 3, where he goes to face off against Efcha.
We're speeding along.
Yeah, he's gonna get the Brazilian special, as it were, and actually you can keep Felix in because I believe Kanyoto can play right now. Yeah, he said something came up, so yeah, we have no option but to play Felix versus Efcha. Get them both in here and let's get it started.
As you say. You know, I gotta say, I did really appreciate your leveraging that advantage that you had over him in terms of the move list with Death Slash, you know, trying to score some nice neutral hits and trying to get that double hit as well.
The double hit, of course, I have no control over, so it's nothing to be done about that. But the idea there behind Death Slash is because he was trying to get those grabs, you know, and that does make him vulnerable. Even if he's just holding, even if he's just holding block, he's forced to take stamina damage for it. He has to know when to unblock and how much he's stuck in place, stuff like that. So that Flash was my idea to counter it, but of course he adjusted his playstyle to just play regular Goku Black, relying on God Fist and stuff like that, and ultimately it proved to be the deciding factor there in his win over me. I'm just glad, honestly, I could pull off the annoying consecutive energy blast into energy wave combo into consecutive energy blast and catch him like
very glad to see that too. But it appears his Goku Black woes are not yet over. It'll definitely be all that we see Efcha use. It is the one character he brought into this tournament. Built similarly to yours, but with a pretty unique move set. Still rocking that Aura Slide, that God Splitter, and the Instant Transmission regular.
The instant transmission is honestly the most puzzling aspect of his moveset for me. Weirdly enough, like I, I guess it's for the stability with the God Fist, but I feel like Goku Black doesn't get as much out of just pure God Fist than someone like regular Goku does. Um, but it does not cost key, so I guess it's not a terrible choice either. But Aura Slide, definitely a very potent tool for Goku Black. He can loop it into Bomb Ki Blast into itself over and over for really good damage. God Splitter, of course, we've seen Dengo using it. So I just the thing about FGS Goku Black is that he doesn't have neither Energy Wave combo nor Death Wave or Death Slash for that matter. So a little bit of a less. Okay, Afcha drops out. Okay. He said he doesn't want to play, so Felix advances. This is the fastest losers bracket yet. Loser semifinals. Felix versus Moti. You have to remake the lobby for that.
Okay. I might actually get out of here before I get kicked out of multi-lobby.
Greetings.
A little disappointing, however. Kanyoto, of course, Kanyoto and Latgros both couldn't be here because of life-related issues. Latgros had to work, and Kanyoto, something came up. God knows what it is, but I know with Kanyoto it tends to be important stuff, family stuff, etc. But yeah, a shame we couldn't see more of them play. But and FJ too as well. Like he didn't play the best universe versus JJK, but I wouldn't count him out in the tournament, especially in these losers bracket scenario. But let's see here, Moti versus Felix. Probably a banger of a match. I'm looking forward to this one. Just don't get grabbed.
Just don't get grabbed.
Easy.
Okay.
All right, prepare yourself. I am neither Goku nor Vegeta.
Alright, Gogeta versus Goku Black. Exactly what I would expect out of these two. I think all of us honestly would have been expecting Felix to be playing his Gogeta as well. He was really adamant about how Tenkaichi Dragon Balls was very excellent in this environment, especially on a character of the caliber of Gogeta. But he's opting to go for this Goku Black instead, after realizing that you can just grab into Death Wave for immense amounts of damage. And let's see if Tenkaichi Dragon Balls will be enough to give Moti here a lot of his health back, so that he can even up versus this terrifying Goku Black. Oh, the Death Flash. After a perfect block, so nasty. Moti could have blocked that, but there's no way he would have seen that coming. Oh, the key stun, preventing the Death Flash startup. Oh my god, and a grab into Death Wave. Not even a chance to activate Tenkaichi Dragon Balls. Felix takes the first match.
I don't believe it.
Honestly, I'm glad that I get to live stream these, because I know everyone saw that. Oh well. We go again.
We go again.
There will be no mercy.
Alright. There will be no mercy, but will Felix even require Multi to be merciful? Oh, seems like we're going for the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta Ditto. Let's see now. Of course, both these players rocking Thinking Dragon Balls, rocking a very similar set overall. Both rocking Mighty Explosive Wave, but Multi choosing Super Key Explosion as his weapon of choice to activate Thinking Dragon Balls. Felix, of course, going for that Brave Heat, which locked off can be very tricky to punish. Alright, some really good damage there from both players to kick off the match, but still definitely neither in a huge advantage whatsoever so far. Key Explosion into God Fist, so tricky, so much damage. What was that desync there on Dashing Light? That was a little bit whack. Almost punishes the Key Explosion, but however, the Key Explosion does not have that as much end life as something like Mighty Explosive Wave does. Sorry, I get mixed up with the names in two moves. Manual vanishes. Multi's just manual vanishing a lot in this match, trying to catch Felix off. I don't even disagree with it as an option. Gets his Mighty Explosive Wave punished though. Tries to punish Felix's, but it's a little too slow to notice the window there. And now Felix still boasting that Thank You Dragon Balls. Multi, of course, doesn't have that in tank anymore, but both these players still have their health burst, so this match is far from over just yet, ladies and gentlemen. Forces Felix's stamina quite low there. Felix might be going for that Thank You Dragon Balls activation very soon, just on account that his stamina is kind of low and so is his health, but seems like he's conserving his opportunity for a more crucial moment. Multi gets oh my. Despite the Thank You Dragon Ball activation, Felix is just about to break even. He doesn't really gain a lot of advantage there. He just prevents himself from losing. And now Multi and Felix both still boasting that health burst. And I think Multi should have gone for it there, honestly. He seemed to have thought about it, but didn't want to blow it out too early. Unfortunately for him now, it's going to be very tricky to get a situation where you're not under a lot of pressure to actually do so. Both players, low health, low stamina, but Multi seemed to have thrown out the advantage he had earlier on in the match. Oh, managed to burst safely. That was very crucial for Multi. Felix will burst now, will get caught out when bursting. Perfect block. This is... Oh, the God Fist. This is very bad for Felix, actually. He's on a big disadvantage. Multi has been regenerating health throughout the duration of this punish, and Felix has just been losing health over and over. Gets the evasive beat, though, with the God Fist. So tricky. Oh my god. Oh, he could have stamina broken him back. He didn't do it. Oh, no. Yeah, no. No. Multi, you could have stamina broken him.
Ah, he got me.
Oh, man.
Good games. Thank you for very much.
Oh.
For nailing the Kino. We didn't get to see a lot of... Well, he hasn't played Gogeta like at all until this point, but still.
Yeah, at all. Oh man, that was a good match. I'm just heartbroken that you threw. Oh man. But yeah, I'm joking, of course. In those high pressure situations, it's really hard to play as accurately as possible. Felix advances to losers finals, and he'll be meeting JJK right here, right now. Let's look who it is.
I'm very happy with how I performed this tournament. I did pretty much exactly as well as I wanted to do, which was be good with Krillin and Gogeta.
Yeah, no, your Krillin honestly kind of washed me in that first match, and I mean, I'm glad you got to show off that Krillin is a legit character. Yeah, this is potentially an exciting matchup. Felix, of course, access to the same tools that Dengo had with the grab into Death Wave and all that good stuff, which GTK had to contend with earlier on. Let's see if Felix's style is gonna prove to be more surmountable than Dengo's, and who's gonna come out on top here.
As expected, JJK's going for the Fu.
Honestly, not a bad choice. I thought about remaining on Fu instead of going for Goku Black myself, but I felt like I could sort of beat Felix at his own game. Fu, though, not bad options to punish that kind of playstyle, really. The Energy Wave combo especially, like, can punish this passive kind of hold block style that Felix is playing. And JJK, of course, on a much better connection versus Felix compared to what I had to experience, will be able to also safely kind of dodge some of these grabs. So it's definitely anyone's game when it comes to these two players in this specific matchup. Though I have the distinct impression that Felix is also gonna play even more passive than usual, just because he knows he gets under JJK's skin, and seems to be working. JJK just blew all of his stamina, but he does have a super after image to safeguard him there.
Well done from Felix.
However,
I didn't know Burst Dashes did so well against the blue after image.
I think it's I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that was more luck than anything, but I feel like maybe JDK had been dodging, like teleporting to the sides instead of just back in a straight line. That wouldn't have worked so well. And the first grab into Death Wave, very tricky situation there, and punishes the whiff grab with a Death Flash. Felix is just using those opportunities the best he can. But he will now be on low stamina right now, and of course Fuse combos are gonna deal so much juggle regeneration for him. But gets a punished burst. This is not easy to win for Felix anymore. This is quite losable in fact. But the grab into another Death Wave will be pretty devastating for GTK.
Gnarly.
He's still in a winning or in a position where he could win this match though. But another grab, that charge heavy, feel like it should have connected. But Felix doesn't go for the Death Wave. A little bit of hubris there, but will not matter. Another grab will seal the deal. Felix takes the first round, but that was honestly extremely winnable for JJK, and I think this set could still go either way between these two players.
Will we be seeing a change of character from either of these guys? Probably not from Felix, but at least on JJK's part. I mean, he's definitely performed well, and that was definitely a winnable situation with Fu for sure. So maybe no reason to change what's not necessarily broken. Maybe go for it again. Do you think Fu is a character that can be quickly adapted to? Within the set of within this time span of like a set?
I'm not too sure, honestly. I feel like, oh, he's going for the Goku Black still. But yeah, few... I feel like people tend to have difficulties with him for at least a few matches, so I'm not sure it's so easy to adapt, especially if you don't have a lot of experience facing off against him. I remember I was one of the few people that would play Few in our tournaments and in these kind of settings, right? And then I faced off against Reach Out Few for the first time, and it was like so hard to play against because I had pretty much no experience. I lost so many matches in a row. So definitely not an easy feat to do whatsoever.
JJK had a, well, startling stamina for a technical type at least.
Yeah, he really was considering going for the self break there, but he knew Felix would be able to punish that. Fortunate for him,
Felix would punish it anyway.
Oh my god, the limit burst gets eaten. That's so unfortunate for JJK. He's gonna go for a grab. Maybe he's gonna burst. Maybe he's gonna go for something else. But oh man, this is, and he's not making any use of Darkness Twin Star, unlike the previous match. So it's you know, Felix was trying to get under his skin earlier in the server, provoking him and stuff like that. And I think it worked. JJK is playing much more reckless than he was in the first match, and Felix is just going to capitalize on it, winning the second round. Match point now for Felix.
I wonder how come we haven't seen many of those Darkness Twin Stars. Do you think it has something to do with what moves Felix has available?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Do you think the lack of Darkness Twin Star we saw in that previous match could be a result of what stuff Felix has access to that he could probably answer it really well? In fact, there is. He has an Energy Wave combo. So
right.
Even if he did go for it, it could be easily popped.
Yeah, that is a fair point, honestly. Yeah, but still, I feel like yeah, honestly, he did way better with a few. I wouldn't be surprised to see him return to the character, but Felix is really getting to him. And if there's one thing about JJK is that he has a very short temper. He doesn't like playing versus this kind of playstyle that Felix is employing, and Felix is just taking full advantage of it in a way that Dango didn't even do.
Really nice job immediately going into that grab from the elbow.
Yeah, JJK playing a much cleaner neutral here, but Felix will do a grab into Death Wave, unfortunately for him. Felix still fishing for those grabs, but no key in store to really capitalize on it. Gets punished for his troubles. God Fist will be enough there, and perfect block from Felix into another Death Wave will give him... Oh, it didn't work. It didn't work. Well, new situations unfolding here, and
I love that.
Grabs Felix through the perfect block there into a burst dash. Burst dash does not connect, but JJK in a very winnable position here. Unfortunately for him though, Felix has a lot of key should he try to go for those statics of grabs into Death Wave of this God Fist loops. And this is neck and neck, honestly, between these two players. Neither really using a lot of stamina because so many grabs, so many God Fists that just deny the use of stamina altogether. So it's very tricky here to play through this match. I feel like his evasive got in there, but I'm not sure. That was a
Nicely
good burst,
done.
however. Felix was not prepared for that.
And it was at that certain way where if he was, he could have probably punished it on reaction, but
Right.
I mean, just well done in order to manage to get away with that.
Hug gets near the ground, so tricky to deal with, and then the Darkness Twin Star, so potent.
You know, it's going through his mind. It's like, okay, how do I get to him now?
Oh, the Darkness Twin Star trade, saving JJK here in that neutral exchange. Both of them so low, but Felix still sporting his Health Course, I believe, so it's still a lot more resources for JJK to climb through. And they're both going for those burst dashes after God Fist, after grabs, but
I think he noticed that the Death Wave missed after having to travel so far. Perhaps he's thinking, okay, now I have to be a little more careful with it. Which works to the advantage of JJK.
Oh, the first burst dash will work. However, Felix will grab into that wave. I think that's it. Oh man, JJK, honestly, really good match by JJK there. It was extremely winnable, but unfortunately it proved to be too much. Felix will advance to Grand Finals to face off against Denda Dengo.
An unfortunate outcome. But here we are, moving through into Grand Finals.
Yeah. And I definitely expect to see Dendengo and Felix employing very similar strategies. And let's see what kind of match this is gonna turn out to be. Who is gonna really outplay the other in this potentially Goku Black versus Goku Black kind of matchup. You did mention earlier on that these two are bringing the exact same three characters. We still haven't seen Dan play the Gogeta, in fact, but it would be funny if they were to gentlemen's agree to play mirrors of the other characters as well. But I fully expect to see Goku Black from the beginning to the end here between these two players. Alright, then scoring the first combo there, punishing Felix for during the turn, low turnaround, Jesus. And Felix trying to force a vanish, does not manage to do so. Dan is playing very patient right now, a complete opposite to what JJK was doing in the previous match. With dashing heavy into God Fist, will manage to catch Felix. So tricky to deal with. A grab into Death Wave is gonna even up the score here though. Felix is leading health right now versus Dendengo, but it's not clear at all who has the upper hand.
I don't even want to imagine how many wayward Death Waves have gone into the crowd, slicing them in half. Very horrific scene.
Just carnage here at the World Tournament Arena today.
Oh!
Oh, it whiffed! Let's go! Sorry, but you have to get excited when this almost guaranteed combo, it seems like, just whiffs. Because I don't understand the specifics of what makes it whiff or connect, but it's very potent, and you're looking for any kind of validation that it's possible to handle this kind of matchup. Well, another grab, Dan just flew straight into that one. There's just no excuse there. He just dashed into the block, did nothing, got grabbed, and lost. Felix leading the series, but even if Felix should win cleanly here, he still has to go to the bracket reset, so it's definitely a tough hill to climb here, and then Dango will try to ensure that his tournament hopes of his success are shredded in this set of grand finals.
My mind goes to the veritable marathon that Felix had to endure as a result of these last-minute bracket adjustments. He's pretty much had a non-stop losers run, back-to-back sets, whole sets.
Yeah, from the very beginning of losers, the only match he got kind of for free is that FJ didn't want to face off against him, but he did make the full losers run, and just here playing a marathon also, he played like 4 or 5 matches in a row. It's actually crazy. And also important to note that Dan was the person that sent Felix to losers bracket in the first place, so let's see if Felix really made the adjustments here during his run in losers, or if Dan can repeat the feat and just knock him out of the tournament competition.
Clash is already a nice enough way to get some key through unintentional interactions in neutral. For these guys, it's probably the best thing in the world for both of them. Every time they do it just means more of these neutral supers for us to use, more of these grab follow-ups, more of these high damage ways to shorten out the match.
Yeah, very true. Alright, dashing heavy into Godfist. Both players are really tense here. Dan just holding on to this slight advantage, and he's gonna increase it further with a grab into that wave. Felix now, stray Godfist will kill him, and so he does pop the limit burst, knowing Dan would get knocked back by it. And now it's still Dan will hold a comfortable lead even by the time this health burst is over, and he's gonna pop his own to further increase this lead, force Felix into aggression, and a dashing heavy into Godfist will work for Felix. Tries to go for a restand there with dashing light into a grab, does not manage to do so, almost gets punished for his troubles of whiffing a Godfist. Dan still holding an advantage, but it's ever so slight. I think actually we've reset to the point where we were prior to both these popping their burst, but oh no, Felix actually was very low, I forgot. Dashing heavy, got this, you know it, the usual.
Felix kind of giving Dan a bit of his own medicine with kind of waiting for him to throw out his own attacks and then taking advantage of that end lag to answer with a grab or super Godfist.
Yeah, definitely so. If they're honestly, both these players are extremely patient and just like clever about the way they play the game for sure. But Felix definitely showing even more restraint than Dan, forcing him into aggression, and will be able to take his second win.
A bracket reset is possibly on the horizon.
Alright, anyway, then the Dango versus Felix here, match point for Felix, getting ever so close to that bracket reset of his, hoping to achieve, to get a chance to win this tournament. Then the Dango, of course, looking to fall back from this match, potentially just shut down Felix's hopes of contention here, and look for a full heavy string, and puts Felix into juggle. It was a little bit of a strange situation there. Maybe he expected a vanish and didn't quite know how to proceed.
I'm loving the adaptation from Felix. He's seeing Dan go over the same strategy he did at the beginning of the last set, and now he knows he's waiting for him to psych him out.
Yeah.
So he's kind of seeing a bit of a reversal there.
For sure, for sure. These two are playing, of course they're playing this physical battle here, but they're also playing a very tough mental battle here at guessing each other's approaches and how to best punish them. And Dan's already forced to burst very early on. This is not a good position to be in right now. And let's see if Felix is going to capitalize on it. Dan goes for the dashing heavy into Godfist. He's not sitting back to try to regen neither stamina nor health because he knows Felix won't let him. And wow, but managed to punish Felix on the turnaround there. And let's see if then being on such low stamina is gonna matter here at the end of things, or if he's just gonna be able to trigger the counter but with the key blast instead, so it doesn't track Felix accurately. Unfortunate for him. Very I probably not deliberate by Felix, but still a very good way to end up playing against that counter. A grab into Death Wave will be enough there to give Dan a little bit of an advantage here, but Felix holding that stamina advantage as well as still having his limit burst in the tank, so it's very tough to prove that blocks the Godfist, responds with one of his own,
and still
to get Death Wave
hit despite the evasive.
Oh man, yeah, Felix just evaded too late there. It was just he wasn't expecting it. You know, that's the thing. Even though it's not a true follow-up, because people are just not going for it because of that fact, you can just surprise people through that means. And
saved by the umbrella.
Yeah, saved by the umbrella, dude. And just Felix whiffs 2 in a row. This is just not going his way whatsoever. Now Felix worse stamina, very even health situation, and it's going down to whoever can get a neutral win here.
Grab tech.
Oh my god. Oh my god, these two are feeling the pressure. Dan really wants to deny Felix that bracket reset.
A marked increase in aggression here. Both these guys are pretty much critical now, so...
The stamina break into the God Splitter. This is it. Dan scores his first point here against Felix in the set of grand finals. Felix will not get the bracket reset just yet. Dan is vying for the reverse sweep.
The contestants are heading right back into it. How do you know? How do you determine who wins in this scenario? It's like you have to kind of say, well, what are we looking for in terms of who can get the most of these grabs, who can regain enough ki in order to do more of them and not have it whiff?
So, yeah, it's so such microscopic advantages that are coming into play here. It's just blocking those God Fists. It's just catching the opponent and forcing them to vanish. It's just such little interactions that matter so much in the grand scheme of things here, and it's not easy at all for either of these players to win or even determine that they're gonna win those interactions. It's a very high pressure situation for both these players. Dan scoring the first chunk of damage of the set. However, his stamina is looking grim right now. He's gonna go for the self break. He does, and he gets the counter on top of it. Okay, stamina reset. Now suddenly that huge disadvantage he was at is gone. He made excellent use of that technical preset of Goku Black. And that's the difference between these two players. Felix is using that speed reset, trying to get those neutral wins, but Dan has access to those stamina resets that are much more safer. But however, Felix eats Vanish there, or evasive I think, with that prior God Fist. Now Dan's gonna have to go for the self-break again. Managed to score another counter. He's just getting away with murder here. Felix can't punish those self-breaks whatsoever.
I'm sure Felix is appreciating these opportunities to score these perfect blocks. Means more ki, means more of those death waves.
Very, very true. And just punishing that God Splitter is so crucial there. If it was any energy wave combo, probably not punishable in the same way. However, Dan does not say die yet. Just returning the favor there with a grab into that wave. Now Dan, critical health situation, so he might be looking to limit burst, but gets punished for his troubles. Is Felix gonna be able to seal the deal here? It's so tricky. Dan must be feeling the pressure, but Felix, of course, still having his limit burst too. It's Dan's on the outside looking in here, but does not lose his calm. Managed to punish Felix. This is, oh my god. Dan
Love that instant rise to punish the limit burst.
Oh my god, he managed to punish the limit burst so cleanly there. And Felix, despite trying to go for the death wave there, or death slash rather, to prevent Dan's punish, Dan just dash outs through it. Invisibility from Goku, that dashing out, fully invulnerable, punishes him. 5H into God Splitter will seal the deal.
The situation has changed. We are now in game point of Grand Finals. If Felix wins this, he can reset the bracket. If Dan takes this next match, the tournament ends.
He wins the entire yeah. Wow. This is so tense, and Dan honestly props to him, because every time in these couple of matches that he won, he seems to be at an early disadvantage, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, he just climbs back. He just gets those health breaks, he gets that limit burst without being punished, and it just works in his favor every time. He's just playing so good right now.
Bit of a stamina disadvantage on Dango's part.
Oh, and it ate disadvantage too, I think. He wasn't expecting the without this.
Scoring that self break.
Oh man. Goes for the self break there. Does really good damage. Felix still haven't gotten hit yet. That's you know, honestly, Dan might be feeling relieved to score some damage there. I know Dan's a very patient player, but you know, seeing your opponents with white health bar really gets to you. And perfect block into that wave. This is oh, it does whiff though. It's not close enough to the wall, I believe. Maybe too high up. I'm not sure what factors go into it, but all we know is Felix is not being able to rely on that also often. Closer to the wall now, might connect with the death wave. Indeed it does. And then now, one grab will seal the deal, so he's forced to... Oh my
Big
god.
example of spacing
almost.
in this game.
Forces Felix to limit burst there by threatening the stamina break below 2 bars. Now Dan has a good opportunity here to even out the situation. Let's see if Felix... Oh my god, Dan's just going for a very quick God Fist confirmed, forcing Felix to waste all the stamina he's desperately trying to regen. Dan has the advantage now, and he's just going for the God Fist loops. Felix on Gay Baby Stamina Jail permanently. No matter if he's bursting, if he's not bursting, he just can't get above 2 stamina.
One more grab will do it from either of these guys.
Right, yeah. Oh, man, this is a... Oh my god. Oh, the stamina break. Then the Dango is the champion of the second emergency mentor Tenkaichi Budokai. Butchered the name there, but yeah. Then the Dango, the superior Goku Black as it turns out, played around Felix's movements and his neutral exchanges beautifully, and will be the champion for today's tournament. Congratulations to Dan the Dango, and thank you all for being here to witness this and for participating in the tournament.
This has certainly been a crazy opportunity to try out these brand new characters, these brand new iterations of these well-known characters. Messing around with the brand new supers and souls and all of that. We'll definitely be taking this into account, deciding different alterations to how we want to think about tournaments in the future. Get out of here. So thank you all very much for watching. If you'd like to take part in another tournament in the future, we'll make sure to be dropping a link to the Discord in the chat, so anyone who are interested can hop on in.
Sorry about that. I was getting messaged real quick. I'll link the Discord. Yeah. And yeah, thank you all for. Oh, you're already on it. Okay. Yeah, thank you all for coming. That was a really exciting tournament. Turns out Mentor Goku Black is kind of crazy, and we didn't know he could grab into that wave. So yeah. Good stuff here from our contestants. Very good baby play, very good everything, honestly. Happy to be able to host this tournament and looking forward to the next one.
See ya.
See ya.